Hi, Lory here from Mountain Mud Pottery. On my last video, I showed you how to do a faceted bowl, and today I'm going to show you how to trim that bowl. So the first thing we do is put it in the center as close as possible, and then just run it slowly and make sure it is on center. You may need to adjust it a couple of times to make sure. It's also a bit more challenging to see if it is because of the faceting has kind of distorted the shape a little bit, so it's a bit more challenging. And then to hold it in place, I'm going to put some lugs of clay around it. So make sure you hold on to the bowl on top as you're doing this so it doesn't slide around and move on you. So you just take the plugs of clay and push it gently onto the bowl and onto the wheel head. And I usually do 3 spots just to make sure it's evenly distributed. And then I take my trimming tool and just start to trim. So the first thing I do, get it spinning. You don't want it too fast, don't want it too slow. I start to clean up the edges because you can see the edges here are rough, and that's from the faceting. And also, there's always a bit of extra clay there, excess clay there to support a bowl or a piece while you're throwing it. So you want to just thin that out and clean that up. So I start doing that. And again, a bit more challenging on this because, as you can see, it's kind of bumping as I'm doing it, and that's because of the faceting on it. You just have to really be firm and hold it. So you're controlling it, it's not controlling you. Once I establish that, then I will establish how much of a foot I want on here. So I hold my tool flat like this, and I'm just using the corner of this piece, of this tool, to establish where I'm doing my foot. So about like that, peel that away. And now I don't want that hard edge there, so I'm going to soften that and bring that up to meet where the foot is going to be. The reasons for trimming, just to get rid of the excess clay from throwing, and also I just think it gives it a really nice professional finished look. So then I would just go over the bottom, and again, you're holding the tool flat. I'm always trying to keep my hands connected as much as possible, again, to have more control. So I'm just going to take a bit of that off the bottom to smooth it out. And then I don't like the sharp angle on the foot, so I hold the tool on an angle kind of more like that on the side, and I'm going to be using this edge here and just carefully just angle that so it looks a bit more professional, I think. And I don't like that quite yet, so I'm just going to take a bit more off that. So when you're trimming, the piece needs to be leather hard. If it's too dry, it will just create dust and it won't give you a nice finish. If it's too wet, the pieces, as you take them off, will stick back onto the bowl or the piece. If it is leather hard, the way it's supposed to be, it'll come off in ribbons like I was doing there, like that. You get a nice ribbon off like that. So now I'm going to just gently press here, and because it's leather hard, if there's a bit of give here, then I know I've taken enough off. So that is really all I'm going to do. One last thing I do is I take a rib, this is a metal rib, and I compress the bottom one more time. very gently because these tools are very sharp, and I do it on an angle on the edge, and then just go right into the middle and not past the middle. If you go past the middle, you would end up cutting the bottom out. So just to the middle, and then that gives us a nice finish. One last compression again to hopefully avoid any S-cracking. Another thing you can do just to make sure that you've taken enough off is to take the plugs of clay off. Very carefully lift the bowl up, and then you can feel the thickness here and on the bottom. So this is definitely enough that I've taken off there. And as you can see, it makes the finisher on the bottom look so much nicer. And then it's a better weight, and that is completed. It will now go have to dry for about a week. It'll be bisque after about a week, and then it'll be ready to glaze. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and watch for more videos coming up soon. Thank you.